guys, I'm Archie from MovieWeb. I just want to firstly say congratulations on the film. I've got the pleasure of watching it last night. It was just endless fun. So I want to start off, in this ungentlemanly group, I think it's safe to say that your characters are the more straight-laced, focused on the mission over having the fun. Was that the same dynamic on set? Or was it just very relaxed from everyone? And
we had so much fun.
Yeah, we had so much fun.
Yeah.
We had so much. I mean, we had to be focused on the mission of starting the film off, Eiza and myself, because we shot for the first 2 weeks. So we sort of set the tone for that.
Yeah.
But then the boys came and they brought the tone of the celebration. And then Cary joined us, and so it was all fun, really.
You're always having a good time with Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
Like, I see a BTS of our film, and we're just endlessly laughing. Like, it's just laugh after laugh after laugh. Everything was just fun, and their crew, the people that he works with, are so fun.
Just his longtime crew. So we've got, shorthand, And
you can see it on screen. Everyone's having a great time.
Well, Babs and Cary, I know you've both worked with Guy Ritchie before. And Eiza, I believe this is your first time working with him.
This one, yes. But now I'm on my third one with him,
With him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, would it be an immediate jumping back on? But I think that's answered that one.
Yeah. Well, I did. Back to back to back.
Back to back.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask, so like all Guy Ritchie films, this film is filled with memorable lines and phrases and quippy dialogue. Were there any sort of phrases that kind of stuck in your mind during production and then just kept getting repeated throughout the shoot?
Yeah, I did. When I'm talking to him in the room and I say, for the relentless howl of jungle entropy. The relentless, I just found that hilarious. He came up with that idea and I was like, what does that even mean? He's like, the relentless howl of jungle entropy? Entropy is such a funny word. And that's Guy and it's at his whole, he loves vocabulary and language. So it's easy to keep lines in your head because they're so specific. There's no, what was the word? Like, you're never gonna forget the word entropy, let me tell you. Never gonna forget that one.
So you've all been heavily involved in the action genre across your careers. Was the training for this film any different than your past work? Or is it all
for me, not
flow
particularly.
similarly?
Oh, forgive me. Your question.
No, sorry.
For me, not particularly, because I didn't have a lot of action. It was more sort of covert, discreet action, in terms of business, rather than running around and, So we left that for the boys.
Yeah, we left them
this time around.
All the bloody work.
Well, following on from that, I did also want to ask, I know Guy Ritchie is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, just as you are.
Yeah.
Do you know if he ever got involved in any of the actors' training? Were there any behind-the-scenes roles between yourself and Emery as well?
Actually, I guess this will be the first time Guy actually trained with me.
Yeah.
Really?
Many years ago.
Really? Wow.
And it's like, he came in, whatever, filled out a form. And I look at the name, I was like, I know this name. But then we're training, and he had trained before already, so I could spar with him. Like, we sparred. And I remember, being on top of him and sort of like, and it hit me. I was like, you did Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
In the middle of it.
True story.
That's so
and he said, yeah, I did. I was like, oh man, I loved it.
Boom.
But so and then so he actually trained with me. He did some private sessions with me, but many years ago. And when I worked on Wrath of Man, after like 2 days, I'm like, let me say something, just And he was like, "Oh my God!" That's the first time I'm telling that story on camera. But so we've had a previous jiu-jitsu relationship ages ago,
do it anymore,
but it wasn't. No, he trains here and there. He's just careful with his whatever, but he trains here and there. So we talked about jiu-jitsu a lot, but we were working. We didn't really get time to roll, so to speak. But he loves jiu-jitsu.
No flying triangles.
No flying triangles.
No flying triangles.
But Guy loves jiu-jitsu, and it's something that's very dear to my heart too. So we do have that connection. But it has mostly been an amazing film connection, and having such deep appreciation for his work, really, that got us connected.
Well, congratulations on the film, everyone. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.